Hello. No animals were harmed in making this video. Okay, I'm going to kind of look at, this is normal veggie burger that you would buy in a store. It's made with soy and all that good stuff. And this is my makings, and I've added beet juice and other stuff to it to get it kind of like a steak consistency. And then pretty soon I'm going to be frying it up and baking it up in an oven like you do a steak to see if there's any difference in taste and all that good stuff. Okay, here you can see the butter pats that I'm going to be using. On the left there, in the normal veggie steak, I'm going to fry it up in that butter right there. And then this over here, on the one that I made, I'm going to cook it in my New Wave oven, and I'm going to watch it close so that a lot of the butter does not run off. Both patties are frozen, as you can see, and the butter is underneath this non-stick skillet, and I'm going to cook it on medium heat, which I think says 275 or something like that, but I don't want to burn the butter. But naturally I'm just going to kind of cook it like a steak, or that you would, you know, charcoal steak in a pan. Now I'm going to swing across, and here it is, mine that I made in the New Wave oven, and I got a pat of butter on it that I'm going to watch closely, and we'll see what the differences are. Here you can see I'm at 275. I did put some extra virgin olive oil in there just because the butter was not enough to make it, you know, non-stick totally for sure, and I wanted to make sure I got the meat covered real good, or the veggie meat covered real good, real well. So we'll see what it does. 275 was too hot, so I had to put it on 175 because I'm not used to really cooking a veggie burger. It got a little darker on the top than what I wanted, so I put a lid on it and so this way it should heat and bake all the way through at the same time, and also kind of, you know, fry it as well. And then I'm going to go over here, and here is my burger cooking, or my steak cooking inside the New Wave. The butter is melted, as you can see, and it is cooking for 5 minutes on 325. So we'll see what happens. This is the New Wave cooking chart, and as you can see, the times for medium rare, well done, and all that stuff, for frozen, non-frozen, for pork, steaks, chicken, beef, whatever. It's got quite a bit of listing on cooking times and everything, so I just want to show you that. Okay, this is thinner than the veggie steak, so I cooked this one for 10 minutes, and I'm going to bring it over to a plate and see what it looks like. I don't expect any juiciousness or anything else out of it, since this is a veggie burger. Okay, this is sitting on the plate, and I'm going to go in real close to see what kind of the meat looks like, or the veggie meat looks like. And I turned it over so it wouldn't show the big burn that I did. And now I'm going to do the taste test and see what it tastes like, and I'll report that. By the way, the steak veggie cooking actually bubbles like a steak when you cook it. I don't know if you can see this or not. Can you see it bubbling? Okay, now this is what mine looks like. This is not a store-bought. I made my own out of a mixture that I'll tell later on once I perfect it. But as you can see, it's not red like hamburger is. It's kind of got that well done cooked color, and I'm going to take that piece right there Well, actually I'm going to cut that piece off and see what it tastes like. As you can see, I cut that piece off and it's in my mouth. I've had veggie burger before, you know, store-bought, and it don't taste too much different than store-bought veggie burger. So naturally people have to get a taste for it. Okay, this is what my veggie steak looks like after cooking for 13 minutes at 325 in my new wave oven. So I'm showing you that right now, and then I'm going to pick it up and put it in my plate and slice it just like any other steak. Okay, what I want to get away from is that imitation veggie steak texture that is like, I don't know, seeds, beans, I don't know what it, however, but I'm working on trying to get that texture like steak, or close to steak as possible. When I picked this up off of the grill, it was flimsy, and if I did not have a wide spatula, it would have fallen apart. So I cut it in the middle, and there's no juice running out of it or anything else like that. Nuts. But I got another formula that I want to work on. I'll be darned, it actually tastes pretty good. It don't taste like that veggie burger over there that has that, oh, maybe more grainy vegetable texture and taste to it. This actually tastes very near, and I'm not kidding, it tastes very near to a Swiss steak, kind of in taste. So if I get that texture down right, we may be on to something. Stay tuned. I changed my mind. Instead of ketchup, I'm going to have barbecue sauce, just like I would probably have on a steak. So we'll see what it goes from there. On toast, barbecue sauce, and that's all it is. So it has a color a little bit of steak, as you can see. Well done, which I don't like well done steak, but we're getting there. So stay tuned for advancements. Well, as you can see, the gravy's not as thick as normal gravy. However, since it's homemade and it's made by soy sauce and some honey and stuff like that, we're going to see what it tastes like. Well, that's actually pretty darn good, and it's totally vegetable. Veggie steak, rice, beets. I did have to add just a touch of sea salt just for flavoring because the beets are all natural. So other than that, man, that looks pretty good. I'm gonna chow down on it now. See you later. Come back with another recipe, hopefully better for a better steak, veggie steak. Ciao. This is my imitation sirloin steak, and you can see also that it's, I'm going to get in close, that you can see that it's red all the way through. And the original first one that I had was very good. I had it with the rice and the gravy and the beets, as I said. Look at the texture of this imitation meat that I've made. So I'm going to freeze this and then see what it cooks like and tastes like. This is what my VeggieMeatless sirloin steak looks like right out of the freezer. Notice the texture looks like steak a little bit, and the white is actually onion flakes and that thickened milk powders that I talk about as well, to give a kind of fatty texture into the meat as well, to look realistic as possible. This is what it looks like on the grill or in the new wave oven that I'm going to be cooking. And since it's frozen and it is about an inch thick, as you can see, texture wise, thickness and everything, it is a nice piece of imitation sirloin steak. And as I said before, the amount of time for that is going to be about 11 to 12 minutes. So I just wanted you to see that before I start cooking it. Now I am going to put little pats of butter on the top like I did last time to see what happens. And there's the grill with the imitation sirloin, veggie sirloin meatless steak with the butter pats on top of it. And I'm going to only cook this maybe about 5 minutes to melt the butter so I can spread it all over the top instead of the full 11 to 12 minutes as the cooking temperature said originally. I'm going to try to get in there so you can see how it's cooking in the new wave oven. And butter's not melted yet, of course I just started it, and I set it on 5 minutes at 325 degrees. We'll see what it looks like in about 4 or 5 minutes. Okay, it's been cooking now about 7 minutes, and you can see, just like a normal steak, that it is beginning to bubble a little bit on the top and the edges a little bit. Let's see if I can get down here and get the bubbling. Yeah, it don't show up too well, but it's bubbling just like you cook a steak, a real beefy steak. This is after 13 minutes of cooking, and it is still slightly bubbling, just very, very, very little. I don't know if you can see it in the video or not, but this is what it looked like after 13 minutes of cooking on one side. So I'm going to flip it over and cook it about another 13 minutes like it says for medium from frozen state. I flipped it over because I didn't really trust it as far as picking it up with the thongs. However, I'm very surprised to see grill marks on it. You don't normally see that on a veggie steak or anything like that, so that's impressive. Okay, now this is cooked for 13 minutes on this side, so that's just exactly what it says on the sheet up there for medium. And we're going to see what it looks like, tastes like, cuts like, see how much this imitation sirloin steak, veggie steak, which is meatless as I said, is like the real thing. Okay, color wise, you can actually see what looks like a rare, not a rare, but a medium rare steak. There is actually red in the middle, or not red, but pinkish color like it's supposed to be on in between two well done sides. However, I think I need to cook it some more just to be safe, because it looks like it was, it's thicker than I thought it was. Okay, now I cooked it another 5 minutes, and it does not look burnt like it would have looked if it was a real steak. However, there is some pinkness to it still, and then I'm going to make my dinner. All veggies, of course. As I said, it's all veggie, including the gravy. Remember I said I made gravy without any animal fat at all. So it's like, flour, soy sauce, and things of that nature. And my other veggie instead is cooked carrots. And there is onions and rice in the gravy on top of the meat. Oops, correction. Veggie, meatless sirloin steak. And now for the taste test. I'm on top of my mouth full. That first bite that I had was too small, and it tastes really good. And you can hear me chewing on it, this new bite, which is bigger right now, and it is really good as well. So, bon appetit. Okay, we're gonna do the pinch test. In other words, can I pick this up in my thongs? Let's see how that works without falling apart. Okay, that ain't too bad. That's pretty steak-like. It is not exactly a steak-like though. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is not totally steak-like because it will crumble. However, not bad. I'm getting there. I thought I'd make a meatloaf too. And the way I make meatloaf, actually it's a meatless veggie meatloaf, is that, and I like ketchup cooked into it when it's cooking. So I put some of my frozen onions that have been in my freezer for about 6 months and put some ketchup into a new mixture, and we're going to see what this tastes like. This is my VeggieMeatless meatloaf after 12 minutes in a new wave oven, and I'm getting ready to taste it. Mamma mia, that's some meatless meatloaf. That is good. I'm going to shut this off and finish my dinner. Bye. Ciao. Bon appetit.